Hey guys, Josh Hinkin here, creator of the Ultimate Sandbag and our DVRT training program. What I'm going to do is break down to you how you appropriately snatch an Ultimate Sandbag. Now, snatching has become very popular with the reintroduction of kettlebells, which has also raised the popularity of Olympic lifting. Snatching is a great exercise, but there are certain dynamics about it that may make it limiting for some people. We also understand why do you even want to snatch. So a snatch with the Ultimate Sandbag is going to look like this. We start close to the body, grab our snatch handle so our palms are facing us, shoulders tighten back, explode in one jump, and open up the bag and roll it right down. What you're going to find is that the snatch is the highest lever arm that we can do with our power movement. So you have to create the most amount of force to bring it overhead. Additionally, in healthy shoulders, it can be a great way to build shoulder stability as you learn how to decelerate the load that you're receiving up above. Unfortunately, like a lot of things, it gets a little bit screwy as it gets popular. One thing you want to understand is the reason that we have snatch handles is because if you don't use the right handles, you can actually tear up your body. For example, I've seen some people try a snatch with our parallel handles, and what ends up happening when you come up overhead, it really brings the wrist in a horrible position where you can actually tear a ligament in your wrist because all the load's back and that ligament gets straightened right here. So you really want to make sure that you're using the most appropriate handles. Secondly, you want to make sure that you have appropriate range of motion in the shoulder joint. You want to make sure that when you come up overhead, that your arm, when it's completely locked out, can be in line with your ear. If your arm finishes here, or you have to bring your back forward to get your arm in the right position, snatching may not be right for you. Additionally, you may be able to get all the benefit you want from doing some of our other power positions if you don't have healthy shoulders or you don't have appropriate range of motion, because we can always change body position. So a lot of times in our clean, we can clean from our bilateral stance. We can clean from a staggered stance. We can clean from a rotational position. We can also clean from a rotational lunge, coming down and up. So as we progress, we go into shouldering. So shouldering would be in the next lever position and adds a little instability. We're still not having to integrate the shoulder girdle as much. So you can go a lot of these same positions, staggered. You can add a slight bit of rotation using two arms. So you can go pivot, puts more stress to the upper body, come up, pivot up. You can even go one arm. The nice thing is that you have lots of options to progress to make the exercise more challenging over just purely adding more load. And that's still an option that we have. However, if you are snatching, you're definitely going to want to use many of the same variation techniques. Meaning with the weights overhead, I can change my body position. So I can definitely go to more staggered stance, which places more of a unilateral component in my lower body. I can add a rotational snatch. I can do rotational lunge, I can be suspended. The variations are basically endless, and the cool part is it allows you a whole bunch of ways to vary your workouts without having to overstress certain joints and develop ailments. So the snatch can be a really useful drill. The last thing you can do is to grab end flaps. Now, you want to be careful. The reason we keep end flaps on is you're going to roll it into grip. A snatch is still a snatch if it goes in one smooth motion overhead. So you can grab on and really get your hands cinched in so you're grabbing part of the bag and the end cap. My friend, colleague Troy Anderson likes this for combative athletes to build grip strength. Grab it and straight above the head. Now grip is going to be more of a factor, so it may wear out before your hips. You can contrast that with some of the other variations. You just want to make sure that you're aware of how, when you change the exercise, how it influences the body in the training program. So I hope this has been helpful. Stay tuned for more tips and techniques at ultimatesandbagtraining.com. If you want to check out more of our program, make sure to check out our Get Certified section where you can get in more depth of our DVRT program.